Hey, welcome back to the channel. Got a little bit of time this morning. Going to work on the camper conversion here a little bit. But before we start cutting on anything, I want to show you some of the deals I've scored here lately for it. First off, I wanted a roof vent, of course, powered vent. Got on Amazon. I also needed a power cord to go through the wall. Put these both in the cart. Was getting ready to do the checkout. Had the opportunity to get a new Amazon Visa card, and they give you a $150 credit. So basically, these two things were free. It's like, can't be free. And the new credit card has got like 5% cash back on anything you buy through Amazon. So then I also went on a marketplace buying spree the other day. Picked up this 3,000 watt inverter. Looks to be in good shape, $100. And then I got into the really good deals. Had a marketplace seller, had this generator listed, and this baby runs sweet. Appears to be low hours, just needs a little cleanup. Starts like first pull, runs nice, $125 for it's rated at 1800 continuous, but at 2300 peak wattage generator. I thought that was pretty good. And then this guy, we go into his garage to get the generator, and he's like, see anything else you need? I just moved here and I'm trying to clean out a bunch of stuff. We're looking around. He's like, you need a refrigerator? And I'm like, well, I could probably use one or outfit in the camper. He said, take it, it's free. It's not worth me listing that on Marketplace. So I was like, no problem. And then I got to looking around a little more, and he had this air conditioner sitting there. And he had told me when I first walked in, he's like, I think I've got that sold. And I'm like, could you check, make sure somebody's coming to get that? I'm kind of interested in the air conditioner. He's scrolling through his phone. He's like, well, I only see one person that's asked a question about it, but they haven't said they wanted it for sure. I got it listed at $175. I'm thinking, that's a pretty good deal for one of those stand-up air conditioners like that. And I'm looking through my wallet and said, man, I'm not sure I've got 175. He said, you got $100? And I'm like, yeah, I do have 100. He said, I'll take it. So the first thing we did when we got home was I hooked the generator up to the air conditioner. The air conditioner works sweet. So we should be able to mount that and not have to cut a big hole in the front of the camper for like a square house air conditioner. Run that through the floor, through the wall. So I was pretty happy with the stuff I've picked up so far. What I want to do is get some 110 power in here. I bought a through the wall 15 amp connector. That should be all I need for this thing, for what I'm going to do with it. So we'll mount this somewhere in the front here. Before we get too carried away, this trailer, when I bought it, had some LED lighting, and it really works good. I mean, it lights the whole place up nicely at night. It's got an on and off switch there, some outlets. Oh, one cigarette lighter, 2 USBs. I hadn't even paid attention to that. But it is currently wired up through the trailer connector, so you have to have it hooked to the trailer. Have to have the parking lights on to get power to it. So I need to figure out where they've got that wired in, and then we'll move that connection inside to where it's, you know, trailer power, because we're going to have a battery in here, stuff like that. Right now, I think I'm going to take most of the trim off here. I want to see, we're going to have to cut into the wall up here, so I want to see what's going on there. And we'll probably put insulation in the walls, but we are definitely going to put insulation in the ceiling, because that's just one thin piece of aluminum, and it's not even, it's like 9 o'clock in the morning, and that is, oh yeah, that's hot, real hot. So we got to insulate the ceiling. And we got these crossbars here, so we should be able to get like 1 inch insulation in there, in between these bars, and then put paneling or whatever above. And I need to get that done before I cut the hole in the back for the vent. Alright, I've got the V-nose exposed here. I wasn't exactly sure how this trailer was put together, but we've got the exterior metal sheeting. We've got a 3/8 inch ply there. Ow. Those are sharp. And then we have it supported by 1-inch square tubing. Now, there are some gaps down below where that goes together, so I'll need to fill those in because that lets critters in. There's a wasp nest and a mudbowler's nest. That 1-inch spacing on those bars will let me put 1-inch foam board in here. I'll do that, and then I'll probably put the paneling back in because I'll reuse it and this metal piece in the middle. But the plan is, like most people do on these V-nose, I'm going to come across here. Going to be like a table here, maybe some storage up above, but all the electronic stuff and everything I can fit in, possibly the air conditioner too, probably there in the nose, will be inside a little cabinet on the bottom. I want the countertop here because I'll probably cook outside most of the time, but if the weather's bad, I can cook in here and eat here standing up. Generally, when I'm cooking in the house, I just eat it as I take it off the stove. So standing up's not a problem. So we'll get that insulated, get the wiring coming through, then we can move on to something else. We'll mount a lot of the equipment onto the plywood here. Okay, I made a trip over to the home improvement store, got some 1-inch foam and some 1/4 inch plywood. So we'll start out by getting that nose filled in with the insulation, and I'll be pulling that electrical wire out that goes to the trailer hookup. Alright, I was mistaken. I thought they just ran this up here to tie into the interior lights, but they ran all the trailer lights up through this. This splice here is what I'm thinking. This splice here is what I'm thinking is run to the interior lights, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Because you've also got a splice here, and they're all into the brown wire, so they're running lights, which would be the same as what powers the interior lights here, because I said you had to have the tail lights, running lights on. But I think this splice goes straight down the wall and out to the fender light. Probably got another one over here. But either way, that line there will stay as is, so I can go ahead and work on the insulation in the nose without worrying about the lights, because I can cut into that when I'm insulating the walls. Okay, the spacing between this top one was 24 inches, so I cut it 24 inches, left it 4 foot. It's got a kind of curve around there, so I'm going to make some slices with a box knife on the back side, so break it and curve. Same thing on the front to get it up into the nose to where the two will meet together. This end slid in just fine. There's a wall brace right here, so we're butted up against it. There we go. I'll just let that curve on around the ends, and I can just butt this other end up against it. Okay, just repeated that deal over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more times, and we have the nose insulated. So right now, I want to go ahead and put the plywood back in here, because I'm not going to try to run any of the wires in the wall or anything. That'll be inside a cabinet, so I want everything exposed where I can get to it. The only other thing I did was the metal bars. Doolittle didn't bother to paint those, so they had a little bit of rust on them. I shot those with fluid film. It's a real good anti-rust treatment. So you can get it at pretty much any hardware store. I think Walmart's got it, but fluid film works good. So we'll put those panels back in, then we can actually do what I intended to do to start with and drill a hole for the power cord. Those boards I just put back on in the original places with the original screws. That way I didn't have to drill any more holes in the structure. I mean, it's not, they weren't installed the greatest. Some stuff's crooked. It's a cheap mass-produced trailer. But I don't have to have this thing looking like a $1 million house, because it's just going to have me and a dirty dirt bike inside of it most of the time. And shoot, after the end of the day riding, it's going to be a toss-up whether me or the dirt bike's dirtier. I did not put the pieces here in yet, because I'll end up taking this off. Plus, the way they had that done, it was just a flat piece of plywood, and they used drywall screws, and they were just barely catching the edge of it and ripping the board up. So what I intend to do when I do finish it in is to take some of that thin 1/4 inch stuff that I've got, and we'll wrap it around there. Do one side, push it in, and then screw down the other side where it will curve and fit in there much nicer looking. So right now, I need to go outside and figure out where I want to put the power receptacle. And my plan is to come in somewhere right in like here. That way I'm not cutting through the diamond plate, and that's still low enough that it will be inside my cabinetry. So probably anywhere right here will work. To fit the plug in, I've got to drill a 2-inch hole all the way through. Okay, to decide where to drill this hole, there's a dent right here. That looks like a good place to drill it. And I'm not completely irresponsible. I did check to make sure I wasn't going to hit a strut on the inside. And since we were drilling through multiple layers here, I cleaned out the hole saw. We'll go back into that same hole and finish drilling through the plywood on the inside. Yep, all the way through. Okay, the power connector here is real simple. Just got a male fitting there to plug in an extension cord. 4 screw holes. That slides through. And you got this on the inside to hook up to. Now like I want it. I'll drill 4 pilot holes there for the screws. Back side of this flapper is a rubber gasket to seal it. That should do a fine job keeping the water out. And just like that, we've got power on the inside. And here's the power coming through the wall. Picked up one of these 3-way splitters at Harbor Freight last night. So we can hook that up, mount this anywhere we want, hook 3 things up to that. We need something outside of the cabinet. We can just run an extension cord out of it. I'm not going to put a bunch of plug-ins around the camper. So what we'll do is the stuff inside the cabinet will hook up to this, like the air conditioner and my battery charger. Because I'll have the battery charger set up for shore power most of the time. May end up putting solar on the top. Also, when you plug in outside with the generator, everything will come through here. So you won't have to have the cord coming through the door. So that should work pretty slick for what I want to do. All right, it's hot. I'm tired. That's all I'm doing for today. What I'm going to do on this series of videos is just make it into a series. I'll number them so you can follow through and from start to finish. So you can see what's happened with this cargo trailer camper conversion. I'm going to try to make the videos step by step where you go through so somebody that doesn't work on stuff all the time will be able to duplicate this if they want to build their own. I'll try not to make them boring and put too much detail into it, but I want to make it so everybody can get something out of it. Next video, I'll probably going to be pulling down these lights so we can insulate the ceiling, get the ceiling panels up, That will make it a lot better in here when I'm working in the heat. And then after that, we'll probably start with the cabinet up front, getting that stuff put in. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next video.